Join me in today's Raq Talk as I welcome the incredible Janice Jaicks, owner of Fitness Fest in Phoenix, Arizona. Janice is an Aqua fitness expert, and I am thrilled to announce that yours truly will be presenting my Rock the Bar Gets Wet session for the very first time at her upcoming April conference. So in today's Raq Talk, together, Janice and I will discuss the many benefits of training in the pool, as well as her certification program. So you do not want to miss this deep dive into the world of Aqua fitness with our expert guest, filled with informative topics that all listeners will enjoy. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Raq Talk, where we talk hips, heart, and hummus. Today, I have a very special guest. Janice Jaicks is joining us. Janice, I would like for you to share with everyone here on our RaqiSa podcast here a little bit about who you are and just a little backstory about who you are first. We'll start with that.
Okay. I will not. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I love this kind of stuff. And I'm so excited that I get to meet you in person beyond the podcast Zoom Square in just 5 or 6 weeks at Fitness Fest in Arizona. So I won't go back way to the beginning because this will be a 3-hour show since I'm so old, So I started teaching Aqua Fitness over 30 years ago, well over 30 years ago. And I turned it into a water aerobics business. I started teaching water aerobics in my friends' backyards and swim lessons. And I found it was very, very good at it. So I started a business, not just teaching water aerobics, but hired other people, not just teaching swim lessons, but hired other people. But I started Fitness Fest Conference and Expo. And 28 years ago, and
Wow.
it was this fitness and wellness conference. Yeah, for
28 years. I didn't know that. Wow. That's great.
Yeah. So the fitness professional, the group exercise instructor, the mind body practitioner, the personal trainer, the Aqua instructor. So I am AEA certified. I am ACE certified. I was arthritis certified. So over the years, gathering different certifications to get myself more educated. And certainly when you have a conference, to make yourself more marketable. So you are able to give those continuing education credits and get versed in that. So I personally taught water aerobics I know a lot of people like to call it aqua fitness, but I still call it water aerobics. So
I get that.
old school. And for like 35 years, and I don't have my own class anymore, but I run the business. I live here in Mesa, Arizona, which is outside of Phoenix. So we have many, many indoor and outdoor pools all over the valley of the sun, as we call it. And I have other instructors that teach for me. I also have a Aqua certification that I'm very, very proud of. So I train other instructors as well. So that's so Fitness Fest, we also work with the Native Americans. So when I say we have a great team, we are fitness and wellness event planners,
That's
as well
neat.
as the water aerobics business, as well as the swim business. So,
That's neat.
and I'm a mom and a grandma.
Oh,
And
I
that's,
love it.
So
Janice, what a lot of my RaqiSa audience doesn't probably know about me is that I have also been teaching aquatic fitness for now 25 years. And in addition to my American Council on Exercise, Aerobic Fitness Association American, I'm also AEA certified. And Siri introduced us, so I'm very thankful for that opportunity.
Yes.
And right away, we connected because we are fish. We love the pool. We love the pool environment, and we are very well aware of the many benefits that come with aquatic fitness for all ages, all generations. And that's one thing I do want to talk about. Just so as a reminder for those who are listening in or watching, Janice's Fit Fest is coming up April 3rd through the 6th, right, Janice?
Right.
And I am so excited to have the opportunity to present for the very first time my Rock the Bar Gets Wet workout, a shimmylicious explosive bar workout.
Yep.
Is really, really going to be so much fun. I'm going to be teaming up with Siri on that one, as well as a Love Your Body belly dance. Now, I have been training my own body in the swimming pool for many, many, many years. And I always am trying to find ways to translate the Rock the Bar program in a way so that it can be accessible for everyone. And I'm really excited for the first time at your conference to share that. So I hope that those who are listening in and you come and just really get the full scope of what Janice has to offer as well. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about what the benefits are with Aqua Fitness. And I'll let you
Well,
take.
there are so many. Yeah, and it's certainly low impact, but it can be no impact. We'll talk about deep water in a second. Low impact. So all populations can do it. And we tend to get an older crowd often, but with your, with your Rock the Bar, with your fabulous stuff. This is new. This is
Yeah,
exciting. We're very, very excited to have you, not
thank
just
you.
with your land formats, but your new aqua format, because we need variety. And so it's low impact. And you can even get a little, I like my women in a shallow class to be chest deep water,
Yep.
but you can get a little deeper if you've got some shoulder issues, if you've got knee issues. If you've got a good instructor
Yeah.
who wants to raise the level, but then offer options, they know how to offer those specific options. So
Yeah.
it is for everybody, and the water soothes and comforts. And you and I are both AEA certified, so we learn it also, hydrostatic pressure, helping our
Yes.
organs.
Yep.
Um, and the resistance, the water principles and the water qualities
Yes.
just really can't be beat. And knowing if you're a good qualified instructor, knowing how to work with those qualities and those principles.
Yes.
So if for everybody, but I also want to say that what else is so great about aqua fitness, group fitness also, but
Yep.
I find that aqua fitness even more, something about the water that it's playful.
Yes.
It's the community. I knew you knew I was going to say that, right? The
Totally.
sense of community.
Yeah.
Like when we teach our classes, it's like, okay, I found a friend. I'm going to coffee. They
Yeah.
celebrate your birthday. We celebrate holidays together. And after COVID,
Mhm.
my water aerobics business that we have in 55 and older communities, retirement resorts,
Yeah.
it like quintupled
Yeah. It's
because, well,
outdoors.
first of all, so most of them, we have both. We have both. We
Okay.
have some retirement communities that are indoors, but we have year round outdoors,
Yeah.
because we can.
Yep.
It's
I
very
can't. It's
rare.
snowing outside
Yeah.
right now in Massachusetts. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, we were 80 a few days ago, believe it or not, and
Wow.
we might finally get some rain tomorrow. But typically, of course, we have year-round beautiful weather.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sense of community, and everyone being able to do it, I would say are the main benefits
Yes,
of
I
aqua
totally
fitness.
echo everything that you're saying. Particularly for me, I am a big fan of bringing my land students into the water as much as possible. I'm really, really passionate about bringing the younger generation too. I've been really working with my daughter, with my son, and probably you with your grandkids, to understand the many benefits that come with water. And you specifically said the hydrostatic pressure. And one of the things that I'm going to be talking about in my Rock the Bar Gets Wet class are the benefits that come with breathing techniques in the water because of the
Mm,
hydrostatic pressure as well.
yeah,
Really just kind
interesting.
of
Great.
pushing and working on inhalations and exhalations and just the force of the water, on your body. Also the benefits to work on postural alignment in the water.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm going to
yeah,
really focus big on that as well, because the buoyancy does assist you, but it's just such a divine way to just really treat your body so kind. I'm also going to be talking a lot about how important it is to translate from a land bar class to a water bar class, because it's
yeah.
totally different. A lunge on
Different.
land
Yeah,
is not a lunge in the water. So
right.
how do you translate that? So things like that. So it's an untapped medium for many wellness lovers out there if
Yeah.
they haven't given themselves the chance to try an
Yes.
aquatic
Yep.
fitness class. It's
We need
so worth
aqua
it.
fitness instructors so badly in Arizona, and I think all over the country,
I
because
agree.
it has become so much more popular. And we talked before we got on the show, it's not that it's hard to teach, it's that it is different.
Totally.
And you've got to have the right training, which of course I happen to have. There's my upsell. I
Yes,
happen to
that's
have
right.
my hybrid certification. You have to have the right training you have to understand transitions, doing enough repetitions. It's not four-step and a four-step this way, four-step that way, like a Zumba or what, or a land class. It's like I said, it's not hard, it's different. So you have to understand how to work with the water, understand the principles, understand how many repetitions, understand what works and what doesn't work, understand safety in the aquatic environment,
Right.
all those things. And
Right.
so, there's a lot of non-trained aqua instructors out there. Just talked to one the other day who we've been in this facility for over 20 years, and this particular person thinks they're going to take over, and you can't do those moves fast like that. And
Right.
you've got to understand that's not a piece of buoyant, that's not a piece of resistance equipment. That's a noodle. That's called a buoyant piece of equipment. So
Correct.
just those little things, understanding it and knowing
Right.
it. So we
Yeah.
need people.
Let me add to that also. For those of you who are watching, if you're a certified group fitness professional and you just want to hop in and say, "Yeah, I'm going to start teaching aqua fitness," I highly recommend
Right.
that you connect with Janice and learn a little bit about her certification. And I'm certainly, Janice, going to invite you to continue to share a little bit about that. By the way, once we post this up, I will have all kinds of ways in which
Thanks.
you can connect links exactly, so that if you are really interested right away, then you should definitely do that. Because I agree, a lot of my colleagues, and I love them so much, like for example, I have an American Council on Exercise certification, and I got
Yeah.
that literally 25 years ago in the year
Me
2000.
too. Were we in the same class?
Yeah, that's and
Come
it's
on, you're too young for that.
no. And so you probably, if you remember, you probably have the same book that I have. They touch
Yeah,
on aqua fitness. They just slightly touch on it. They don't
yeah,
dive deep, pop, pop,
right.
into it. And so I was working at the San Francisco Bay Club when I started my aquatic or my fitness journey, and my group exercise director wanted an aqua fitness professional to start teaching classes. And I am a fish. I am a very strong swimmer, and I have always loved the pool. So I was all over that opportunity. But I'm a nerd. I really want to make sure that I'm going to do
You're
the very
doing
best.
what,
Right.
yeah,
So then
doing
I
your
did
best job.
my
Yeah.
exactly aqua certification, and I literally, when I went on maternity leave, I had nobody to take over my class. So I,
Hmm.
like, probably about 3 or 4 months before my maternity leave, I started training people to take over for me and insisted that they did the certification for it. And they did.
Yeah,
And it's kind of sad that I had to do that. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? I now that I think about it, whenever I've had maternity leaves or, anything that I was leaving, I never wanted, because you were talking about the community of aquatic fitness students. I never,
And they love you and only you, and
right,
you don't
right.
want to leave them, but you
Right. You
you
want to
have
give them
to,
the
right?
gold standard, you know?
Yes,
So you're like, okay, if I'm leaving, I need someone that's going to take care of this tribe because they
yes,
deserve it, right?
yes.
They totally deserve it. So yeah, so um, lastly, before I want you to share about your certification, community. The aquatic fitness students are really special. They're
They
really
really are.
they're so cool. They're so cool. They really
Yeah,
have something exceptional. So
they're
I definitely,
joyful and yeah,
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 so it's definitely, if you're looking to become a certified fitness professional or just interested, just like Janice said, in taking classes, you're going to find a new best friend for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Janice, talk a little bit about your certification and how people can do it. And by the way, I'm in Massachusetts and I teach at several locations, particularly the Fox Hill Senior Living. They need more
Mm,
aquatic fitness
yeah,
instructors.
yeah.
We there. It's not just in Massachusetts. I'm inclined to think it's across all 50 states. So I
Yes.
see you go on a tour.
Right,
And
right, right.
you know
Yeah.
anyway, share a little bit about your certification and how they can maybe hire you for that.
Okay, I would love to. I happen to be having, so mine is a hybrid. Before COVID, it was all in person, and thank God people don't have to put up with me for 9 hours in person. So now it's half online. So we put all my tech nerds put all my modules, 10 modules online, and so and my manual online. And so that's where you learn through videos and modules and lectures and slides about the transitions, about the do's and don'ts, about special populations, about the water principles, a little bit basics on anatomy, but not in depth like AEA or ACE would be. And then they come to me in person for 4.5 hours, give or take. And I go through my, Q&A first. We go through a thermal warm up and cardio and choreography. There's laminated handouts that I give you. And then you actually do a practical test. You actually get up on deck for 4 or 5 minutes and you create with a partner. This is what we had to do back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, how do we know you're good unless you show it in person?
Yeah. And also just to get your support on, hey, that was,
yes.
How about this? Right.
How about this? Right. And everyone passes, and it's all about support. I've always been all about supporting you before, during, and after, whether it's my Aqua cert or whatever. So they go through that, then they do their practical Q&A, and then they have a 100-question exam. So they can go to my website at fitnessfest.org, and under and I'll share the direct link, but under, I think it says Aqua Fitness, that's where you'll find it. I know that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and of course it's in Arizona, but we will have more. So just, reach out to me at, Janice at fitnessfest.org. And I know you have viewers from all over the country and I just
all over the world, really. So honestly, I say we can go international.
There we go. Let's do it. But I just want to say, I am, of course, AEA certified as well. And it's a wonderful certification, and it is internationally known.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I'm not saying this to knock it, that if you've got a major cert, or if you only want to teach Aqua Fitness, and of course you want your CPR, do you really need to know about nutrition? Because it's out of our scope of practice. We're not allowed to teach it. Do you really know how many bones are in the foot? Because I had to redo that dang thing, because don't tell anybody, but I let it expire. I'm like, I'm preaching. People don't ever let your certification expire. I had to do that online one. Oh my gosh, it was teaching for over 35 years, and it's so challenging. And a lot of it's like, why do I have to know this? So
no, you really don't, especially if you already have your certifications in something. And just like you said, if you're really looking to just really find your tribe, your people that you want to provide for them an aquatic fitness solution, I think it's great. And that doesn't mean we are both not saying that having high academia. We've already been there, done that. We've done all of that. We are. In fact, at your conference, I think, can you remind me? It's something about your tagline is something about where you're going to learn and grow, or get more education. I can't remember what it was. Do you remember what it is?
Well, am I supposed to remember my own tagline? Shoot. Well, I know we say Fitness Wellness Conference are you getting to the CEC part? Is that the part you're talking?
There's something.
Learn and grow, educate. Yeah. We've got a couple taglines going on there, but we do offer continuing education credits.
But it basically what I remember it resonating with me was that it was just talking about when you do these conferences, you are growing, you are learning.
Learn, grow, connect. Is that it?
I think that might be it. Something like that. I
love the word connect.
I like the word connect too. I do too. But no, for sure. We're not knocking anything. It's actually just kind of, all right, kind of like what we were saying earlier. At my home gym, a lot of times land instructors will just start hopping in the pool, like we said earlier. Yeah. It really does. You already have maybe your personal training. This would be a great way to just kind of take you. And by the way, they earn continuing education credits for it.
Yes, absolutely. They get 8 from AEA and ACE, and awesome. I think AFA as well. So yeah, and it is true that coordinators and managers at gyms, they don't typically know aquatics, so they have been known to throw people literally in the pool, and also it's like find a mentor. Like you can't take an ACE or my cert without. Like you also need, let's take other people's classes. Let's see what's great about them, what I would do different about them, what I don't. Same with land. Like, what do I like? Why do I like this instructor? Is it the cueing? Is it the personality? Is it the, whatever? And then what don't I? And, you create your own style, but mentors are super important. And sometimes that is hard to find. And I know you have a lot of your audience are fitness enthusiasts. So
Yeah.
like we all started as a student. I
Right.
started as being when I was pregnant with my daughter, who's now pregnant. We just announced that. And we all started as students. We all started front row. And then the
Yeah.
instructor said, "Do you want to teach?" Right. So if
Yeah.
you're out there and that's you, let's hop on my certification, come to Fitness Fest, come visit us. And we need you. We really do. So if that's
I
something that
agree.
interests you, yeah.
You know what, Janice, to be honest, I feel like Fitness Fest events should be open to the general public as well, because it's kind of like a whole weekend of just taking classes.
I
And
mean, what it doesn't get any better than
I
that,
mean,
right?
it's so fun. A
Yeah,
lot of my students at my home gym here in Massachusetts, I've encouraged them. I'm like, so what if you're not earning continuing education? You don't need it. It's cool stuff. You're learning really neat
right,
stuff.
right.
And
And
yeah, so
yeah, and to your point, it's like, yes, you're working out and you're doing your shimolysis and you're doing series great classes and all that kind of stuff. But there we also have, like, who doesn't want to learn more about protein? We've got
right.
protein power. We have got hormone stuff. We've got nutrition classes. We've got holistic healings. We've got sound meditate, like such a variety.
Yeah.
As a matter of
And
fact, we
very intelligent, accredited,
speakers, yes.
speakers that I think for me, I can be a snob about that, but well, all of us can. We should be. We should be
Yes, we
learning
should
from
be.
the best of the best. And I try to
Yeah.
represent the best of the best with belly dance for fitness, particularly. So hopefully you'll take care
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. So we're just launching it today or tomorrow, a mom track. So it's a special price. We can put that in your link too.
Okay.
It's a special price for the mom who wants to take protein power, who wants to take your workshop, but you don't need the CECs and you
Right.
just want to kind of dip your toe
Yeah.
in there. So we'll definitely share that because it is, to your point, it's not just for the fitness professional.
Right.
Like
Right.
it, and the energy and the vibe, and you never know the connections you're going to
Right.
have. That word connect there.
Right.
You got to go live. So
Yeah, and I actually have been sending emails and just kind of letting the Phoenix, Arizona dance community, belly dance community also know about this, because I'm like, I'm going to be there. Come on
you're in
in.
town.
I'm
Yeah,
there
this
for
is a
3
great
sessions.
opportunity.
Right, right. Just 2 more things, and then we'll wrap this up and make sure we get everyone all kinds of
Sure.
links. For me, Janice, I'm interested because I've worked for I've been hired with Canyon Ranch. I did.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
Didn't
yep.
even know that. That
So you
is.
guys have one where you are, but where I am,
Oh, you have
Massachusetts.
one too?
Yeah, we
They're
have
they're
one.
they're sisters or what are?
Yeah, it's Lenox,
Oh, okay.
Massachusetts. So I did a
Oh,
belly dance
cool.
class for them, and at that time I didn't have my Rock the Bar training method. So I think I did an Aqua sport class. So I did do an Aqua
Wow.
class and a belly
Well,
dance
you got to do
class.
it in Tucson then too. Come visit.
Right,
Well,
right.
We're in Phoenix, but we're 2 hours away from Tucson. Yeah.
I know. I definitely, that reminds me, I should check out, send an email. But, I guess what I'm trying to also say is the benefit of having a certification allows you to teach aquatic fitness for your own brand, whatever it is that you like to do. Because I love retreat environments. And that's
Yeah.
something I want to continue to do more with my brand, to particularly the enthusiasts, the audience who just love learning belly dance, and just to provide a way to cross train and things like that. So really, I think the world of retreats is a great way to kind of add an additional offering if you have an aquatic fitness certification. So I think that's kind of really
Well,
cool.
that's certainly what Siri does, doesn't she?
Oh my word, yes,
Right.
theory.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you don't know, I think it's called what fit.
Ooh, fit bodies.
Fit bodies. Thank you. Fit bodies.
Fit bodies.
And that
Yeah.
is my goal to do it too. But I have one sophomore at Baylor University, and my son will be a freshman. So I'm a little bit, got to kind of watch
That's
my
important.
budget.
Those years are important to be
Right, right.
close to home. So yeah.
Yeah,
Of
just
course, you
kind
can take them with
of
you on
bills,
the
though.
cruise. Yeah, yeah, right. That too. Yeah.
Well, And you're right, actually. What Janice is saying, for those of you who don't know, is that with these types of events, you can actually have somebody come with you. So that's
Yeah,
actually something to think about, actually. So
yeah.
as we wrap this up, I just wanted to quickly talk about the difference between deep water and shallow water. And hopefully we'll have Janice back on again so that we can dive even deeper, because I'm just having way too much fun. I don't know about you, but
It is. It's great. We love talking about it, don't we?
we
Yeah,
do, we do. But I'll let you go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I am a shallow water teacher, and which is about chest deep, like I said, for someone short like myself. That's a different part of the water, but
Yeah, me too.
so deep water is where you have no impact at all. And you typically have a belt around your waist. It's a Aqua Fitness belt, and Sprint Aquatic sells it. HydroFit sells it. Now you can buy everything on Amazon, but you have a belt, and you talked about posture earlier, and how being in the water just really, especially you have the right cuer as an instructor, really, I don't want to use the word force, but enables and almost forces you to have good posture and
Right.
good alignment, and you're working your core the entire time when you're
Yeah.
doing shallow water and when you're doing deep. So deep, you have a belt on, and sometimes you have equipment and sometimes you don't. You can do a lot of traveling. You
Right.
can do a lot of isolated glute work, cross country skis, not touching the ground,
Right.
breaststroke. So it's no impact at all. And you can
Yeah.
add equipment to it. And of course, with shallow water, I never start with equipment, but when I said thermal warm up, moving your direction, you moving your levers, your short levers in all directions, and then
Right.
you're right into the cardio. So cardio using arms and legs is the way I prefer to do my aqua aerobics. And then we add the buoyancy equipment, the barbells that people might call them, or suspended, which is taking your feet off the ground with noodles, working the core.
Right.
So differences are no impact, low impact, just the way you position yourself and your feet off the ground versus your feet on the ground, impacting or
Yeah.
low impacting.
I like teaching both. I like teaching deep water. Most of my students do use a suspension belt. Every once in a while, I'll have a student say, "Oh, this is too uncomfortable. I don't want to wear it." And to that student, I would say that's no problem. This is assuming you have the stamina to
Right. To
manage
to
the
move that
entire
whole time.
workout, right? Number one, but it changes from really just kind of driving your legs, your extremities through the water, with the support of the buoyancy of the belt. Or if you don't have it, you're working a lot more cardio because you're constantly trying to stay afloat. So you can kind of lose
Yeah.
your postural kind of management
Yeah.
in some
Yeah.
respects.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, but one I do have kind of a little hot topic question. Are you
Okay.
ready?
I don't know. We didn't prep for this. Am I
No, we
ready?
didn't.
Go for it.
Yeah. Um, I understand that wearing swimming pool tennis shoes in the water is great for, rebounding and accelerating and pushing off the floor, right? Um, how do you feel about barefoot? Because I actually prefer barefoot, and it's a kind of a whole foot fitness, and maybe that's actually why AEA added that into their training.
I thought you were going to say you had a foot fetish, but okay, we'll move on from that. So I so if I were doing bar and there were no impact, and I don't know how you teach your bar, so I don't, I'll see it when
I
we
do
see
it
you
with
at
I
Fitness Fest.
prefer without shoes personally, because I do a lot of foot fitness, not foot fetish.
Okay,
Foot
all right.
fitness. Um, you
We
know,
may have to check that out, that foot fetish thing going on here.
right.
No. So I guess my
Toes,
question
so
is,
yeah.
are you impacting in your class?
No,
Like,
because
are
it's
you okay? Well,
right.
so there's the difference. Now, I wouldn't call, so I want to make sure our audience knows they're not regular tennis shoes. They
Right.
are
Thank you.
aqua fitness shoes. They are lightweight, but they give you support. So I would never ever tell anyone to wear a regular tennis shoe, or
Thank
a
you for
sneaker,
clarifying. Yeah.
yeah, in the water. But yes, I am. I really prefer an aqua fitness shoe, but I have a different format than you. We are impacting. We are jumping off the ground. We are
Right.
doing plyometrics. So a shoe, it is concrete. So
Yes, yes, yes,
you
yes.
are bouncing and impacting, and even if it's lower. So I believe you totally need the support for your knees, for your hips, for your whole body.
Right.
And also some people have diabetes and they may have neuropathy and you don't know if they're going to
Yes.
step on something. So I get why you have bare feet, because
Yeah.
that's a different format, and you're not impacting. Now when we
And it's
suspend,
totally optional. It's totally optional to wear shoes or not to wear it. But I'm just saying, I personally, when I'm giving myself my own aqua workout, I do a lot of foot fitness in the swimming pool as well with my toes
yeah,
and things like that. Practice gripping with my toes, which helps seniors, right? And our younger
yeah,
generation, because our younger
yeah,
generation, they're, if you're wearing shoes that are completely crushing your toes, you know,
yeah.
they no longer have awareness of their feet. So I don't know, maybe that's something that could be added to your offerings even in 2026, because it's a good
Yeah,
topic,
yeah,
I think. But
yeah.
anyway,
No, the interesting things that you said about that, and about,
yeah,
and I will tell you, once you get used to the shoes, then
yeah,
you can never do without them, you
right.
know. But as far as the impact, as far as the aerobics,
And what
but I'm
Janice,
like,
what you're saying though is really important for those who are, listening. A lot of people come to the pool because their bodies need a break from land, from the impact.
mhm,
So you're talking
yeah,
about those who do have diabetes. Absolutely. That was my dad. He had sores on his feet he just could not get rid of. So 100% that's very
it's
important
right.
to be
That's
clear
a
on.
different story. Yeah.
Exactly. And you were saying when you were doing suspended work, you and I interrupted you, so I apologize. You're saying something about
Oh no.
shoes
Yeah.
and
Well, we're both so excited.
I know.
We need our own show, like
We do.
everything. So when you're suspended, and I believe that AEA, I recall them saying this in my 6 months that I had to
Yes.
retake the course, that after a certain number of minutes, and I don't know, like a few minutes, they are heavier. So if you're doing a deep water class, or you're taking your feet off the ground, which is what we call suspended when I do my core work with noodles, then you really should take them off, because then between the buoyancy, they're heavier and they're not good for your joints, which is a little bit of a pain in the neck. I'm going to take them off and now I got to put them back on again, because I
Right.
also believe you should have them on from the pool. I mean, some people are outside,
Yeah.
but to the locker room, because of all that yucky stuff, and because of
Yeah.
the fear of slipping and falling.
Right. 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 Right.
You're
Right.
so because it's wet. So
So these are 100% all accurate. I really want to make
yeah,
sure.
so
And I
it's
did kind of threw that in there and I apologize, but it
no,
was
I love
something I
it.
was interested in talking about.
So that you're our we this interview, this talk has been quite organic, and like we
Yes.
we only said a couple things beforehand, because this has been lovely to talk to you, and I think we all have we both have the love and the passion for fitness, and for
Yes.
wellness, and for health, and for connecting, and for
Yeah.
in-person events, and for water, and for all the things. So I have written down here, or I have my little cheat sheet here of
Yeah.
when you are doing Rack the Bar Gets Wet on Friday, April 4th at 10:25 a.m.
Yes.
People can even sign up for your single workshop. So our local people,
Okay.
we should share your $20 off code. And
Okay.
then are you with us Sunday, bright and early at
Very bright and
7:15 a.m.
early.
But of course, that'll be 9:15. Well, by that time, we'll have a 3 hour difference, because
Yes.
stupid Arizona doesn't change times. Then you're doing Shimalicious Explosive Bar.
Yes.
Okay. And then you're ending our beautiful Sunday, April 6th, with Love Your Body Belly Dance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll be with us all weekend.
Yes.
And we have just amazing aqua workshops, but
Right.
lots of lectures, lots of research, lots of bands and bar and yoga, and just so much good stuff, so much variety. So we're really excited to have you.
Thank
I loved, we talked way back probably in August when Siri Shalazi introduced us, and any
you.
friend of the series is a friend of mine.
Thank you.
She's going to be there, of course. And
Right.
I knew when we talked, we had to have you, and it's for your land stuff and your love of aqua as well. So it's good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we're wrapping up our Raq Talk, everyone. I thank you for your time, your energy, and attention. And make sure that you check out the Fitness Fest. We've got links here in the post production for you to really just kind of investigate more. And Janice, I hope that we can continue to have this conversation more and more and
Absolutely.
more and more. All right. Bye,
Hey, thank
everyone.
you so much. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
RaqiSa.